This has been a while, so I'm not even sure if this is going to work. But we're watching mastertan against Kleerkast, game 1, and we'll just quickly catch up the live action. D6 is mastertan's approach. A delayed wolf defense with d6, e6, and Kleerkast very direct, going straight in for that weakness on e6, and already this looks very difficult to defend, because you could block, takes, 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 and white has another bishop in hand to put on b5. We see that line coming to pass even. So now the threat is knight here, and not really defended. So it's a free rook on offer, and mastertan is hoping, well, maybe we can start something on h3 one day, if you just go for the material. So again, very creative move, just simply threatening queen here, so you basically have to take... Oh, that's game over. Queen here, king here, just need to do some calculation. One pawn in hand, how do we finish it? Pawn here, check. King here, and there. Or there's also queen takes pawn if you want another pawn. Desperate, no, that doesn't work. Pawn here. Ha! Hang on. Where's the finish? Pawn here. King takes. Queen. No, the knights are defending. Don't quite see the finish. But seems desperate indeed. Yeah, where's the mate, says Visual Dennis. So you got him. So with a... Just cut off, he cut off the escape route to f8 and then took him down. Okay, so this opening's rather passed me by. What was it? E4, knight f6, knight c3, d5. So while he's thinking, let's just quickly recap. So far, queen f3 is interesting. So what's from mastertan? That's slightly unusual, because the queen is a little bit exposed, you see, in this position. Exposed to attacks. So whenever black wants to put on pieces, he can put them on with some tempo. So queen f3 it had some attacking intent on f7, but if you don't cash out that attack, then it can lead to trouble. Yep, and we see indeed this bishop landing with tempo and also hitting on g2, making this logical but rather horrible to play. And the alternative is you give up the queen, which seems like you're giving it. Oh, hang on. So you also had rook takes bishop, but then yeah, why was rook takes bishop not an option? Takes takes takes, but then black would have a rook for the back rank and other nasty ideas. So Mastertan is the old guard, and Kleerkast, although he's been around for many, many years, is the relatively new guard among these two, which is why I actually put Kleerkast as the favourite, because he's probably sharper. But you can't count Mastertan out, he's very experienced. Okay, so rook takes bishop comes. Now there are going to be all problems here on the back ranks. Still, white has a knight to block the back rank at any point. But it seems like a pleasant position for Kleerkast here. And now, notice now his queen is in the centre of the board, his queen is exposed. And unless it's doing something, okay, he still has a knight to block with, that's important. But what's next? Maybe he was thinking takes, takes, queen here and there, but that doesn't work because this knight comes out and defends. But it's a way of... Oh, that came as a surprise. Ah, I see, that's the idea. Yes, clever idea. And queens, they're both good defenders and not good defenders. They're good defenders, but they're not good blockers. So we're going to see a pawn block here or here. Or else going for a runner, which that seems like a bad idea because you're walking into the new diagonal. So pawn block here would make sense. You keep the queen active. Okay. This is actually very creative. Okay. So you're saying if I take the knight, then maybe I've got something starting. I don't see it, but it's creative. You see the problem here. King takes pawn. They're potential knight checks. But okay, there's this. Okay, basically can black get a winning? Can he just trade queens? Takes, takes, takes. King takes. Now you have a queen and a knight. If he needs a knight, takes, takes, takes. King takes. Knight here and queen here. But is it just a check? This is the problem. Okay. Okay, this allows more defense. Oof, I don't know about that. Because now this queen trade is not so viable. But it does block. It does block white's attack. If takes... Oh, queen at c1 was the idea. Not into the knight check. Oh, that's... yeah. Takes the queen and put the queen on c1 was the idea. Okay, so Kleerkast playing a bit defensively, I guess. Yes, other people are also saying queen drop. Queen at e1, yep. Okay, black's got to be careful not to give up a queen. So conversely, now we're entering a time scramble. That's already a mate threat. Knight takes at c6 and pawn here, checkmate. Has to take back this way because there's a pin. Looking very dangerous here. But where's the mate? He's got a knight and 20 seconds against. So 1 second left for Kleerkast, so he just has to defend. A slight panic from him. He's not seeing the mate, and a slight panic setting in. And suddenly mastertan's going to have some attacking ideas. Ooh, really? Just when it was looking good? He's going to have to... Okay, now they're both in time trouble. Okay, a lot of material here. This is very dangerous. Pawns and rooks, yeah, this is... Surely this is... Yeah, mastertan's got it now. He has too much material. And finds the mate. That was crushing. To lose that for Kleerkast. Just sort of time pressure. Okay, so we have another slightly delayed wolf, so d4 and then e6, d6 and e6 coming later. Did not work out great the first time for mastertan. Somehow the position looks a little bit more solid this time. So, pretty aggressive from Kleerkast. Because the bishop on f8 is still guarding everything, so the threat here was probably more to pick up another knight at some point, get a knight on f6. That's still probably what he's going to be thinking. This sort of move here. Yeah, okay. I've not completely lost my Crazyhouse boots. So he's trying to save the knights. Yes, I might be a bit far from the mic, so I just put my sound a bit closer. So, is that a... No, so it's not a pawn sacrifice, because this. But why not just take the knight? So I'm slightly confused. Here. He could have just taken this knight, and that defends the bishop as well. But, okay. So, takes this way. Oof. That bishop on f8 was sort of holding the position together. So this is a little bit concerning. Exactly. Now knight takes g7 comes. Bishop on f6. Now it's true mastertan does have good control on light squares. But this weakness you just can't get rid of for the rest of the game. Seems impossible to defend this weakness. And you have 4 diagonals in hand to just keep on putting stuff on dark squares. With maybe a knight to finish things off on. Well, yeah, interesting. Interesting that while you have complete control on dark squares, there's no obvious finish. Because dropping a pawn here would take the position for the knight. Ooh, very nice. So the threat is just check, check, and promote. Does that defend? Seems like it does. For now. Okay, so knight here check is very interesting. It would force king here. Yeah, not quite seeing the finish. That's asking for this, and saying you're getting mated. But I don't, with one knight, I don't see it. But maybe you're getting a knight and a pawn, and you're hoping to promote the pawn. So you're getting a knight, a pawn, a king here. Oh yeah, that's going to be mate, because you have a rook in hand now. So, yeah, knight at h5, I think. Unless you're hoping just to take the pawn and run up. But that seems really crazy. So he might be hoping to take and say there's no diagonal check, but you can do knight checks. That's the problem. So for example, knight here check. And then get another knight with rook takes knight at some point as well, maybe. Yeah, so that's what he's hoping for. So rook check, king up, and we have to mate with pawn, knight, bishop. Okay, run straight towards the center. So he's asking for rook takes knight, but okay, that's good. So here, diagonal would come here. So it's keeping on trying to block him out. Oh, that's nicely done. It makes me wonder a little bit. Was it mate in all variations? But so we're seeing the opening repeated. So we're just going to quickly just check. In this position here, we thought that was mate, but at f6 was very strong indeed. Rook at g7 was absolutely correct. Bishop at d3 to cut the king off was apparently cleaner. Followed by knight at e3, forcing him up, and then this is checkmate. I think that's clear. But this was mate in 2 if you're running this way. And so, as we saw, block and mate, that was very beautiful. He'd have had to run up, and then bishop at e3 here, pawn here, here. Ah, that was the key. You take an extra knight, and then it's mate. Okay, that's nice. Okay, so 2-1 to Kleerkast after 3 games. And again, moving the queen early, but okay, that's good. You can still use the queen as a defender. Ah, hi there, Zaraza. I still remember how to pronounce your name after all these months. and it seems like I still remember how the pieces move in this game, just about. So, a long think from Kleerkast. It would be tempting to try and block off this pin, so then this knight can come here, and this can follow. Yeah, so I'm not that Mastertan can't be too displeased with this. I mean, the bishop can't come here where it would want to come. So this knight's coming out. This pawn takes a lot of space, but white's going to be castling out. And as we saw, this queens better have a purpose, or they'll just be hit with tempo. Okay, this is quite a clever one. So the double check is a threat, and you can't block it, because otherwise this comes anyway. So King F1 I was actually predicting, and indeed he does it. So it's making this and this less. Yeah, I mean, E3, there's good control. White has good control on E3, so. In the meantime, White needs to start something himself. The thing is, I'm not even sure about this move, because this pawn is actually blocking black pieces from coming to the square. You never want to take, obviously. So what does this achieve? I guess it drove the knight back. There's a piece in your half of the board if you're concerned about something. But okay, he grabs a knight. Okay, so he's thinking about g7. He's thinking about bishop takes h6. Knight at f6. What does that achieve? Ah. Yeah, so knight at f6 is interesting, because then you've got bishop takes. Yeah, I was trying to figure out what's the move order to do things in. Bishop takes. You're thinking bishop takes h6 takes. Does this work? Just dropping a pawn on g7. Don't know that. So no, yeah, obviously this pawn is too dangerous. So I see. Pawn at f6 is the threat. Kleerkast running low on time, so Mastertan's doing a good job. His king is still safe for now. Seems to be fairly safe. He hasn't finished his development, unfortunately. But still, this knight really wants to come out. Yeah, obviously this is incredibly weak. But takes. I mean, it's weak, but that's a good response. So takes, but the threat is knight at h4 and drop a pawn on g2, and then you're promoting. So it's not without threat. Okay. So he's saying, oh my goodness, he's losing the queen with check. Okay, that was a tactic missed. Yeah, okay, all game over. That was very clever, because he was hoping for takes and dominating position, but too bad. Queen here, knight here. That's mate, right? What? What happened? Wasn't queen here, knight at here, checkmate? Am I missing something? Okay. There'll be another mate anyway. Coming. Ah, mate with a pawn. Very nice. Hi there, Marlon. Good to hear from you. I am recovering from very mild COVID, actually, this week. But it's all good. Yeah, I'd been teaching in person all year and not got anything, and then had some final celebratory dinner at the end of the year. Not really mixing more than usual, but it turns out several people seem to have got it from the dinner. So, but fortunately, nothing too serious. So, what can we say about this position? Again, Kleerkast doesn't seem to have any intention of castling. Not quite. I'm not even sure who's winning this. It's always like they're... But it just feels... Okay, so white has no intention of castling, because if he does ever wanted to castle, he's got to get this bishop out, and that would take so long. So he's really cramped up his development, basically. That's why I'm not really sure white is doing that great. But then, not easy to see how to necessarily attack white either, but... I mean, this... Oh, if you have to play this, then something is wrong with your position. So Marlon says, Fumi is implying that white played a lost line. I see. But that bishop e3 was good. Okay. Okay, this is a kind of fairly critical position. Let's go. Takes, okay. I see. It was one of these scandies. Wasn't paying enough attention. Yeah. Yeah, because it's the queen on e2 is really cramping up the whole white position. That's the problem. Now, you obviously never want to lose a queen as black, because queen at d8 is a threat. Is knight at d6 a threat? That would be rather crazy. No. So what does white plan after just simply taking this pawn? That's what... Knight at here? Ah, yes, because the queen is guarding this square. Knight at here might be an issue, with the queen then streaming in. So knight at here, takes king up might be the plan. And say you have nothing. Obviously it looks risky because, yeah, if you take, then pawn at g7 becomes a threat. Now here, that's the attack square, d6. Okay, nice fork from Kleerkast. Okay, and mastertan running low on time. Difficult to know how to defend. You don't want to, for example, defend this one and then have this queen coming in here. So reinforcing this makes sense, or then the queen is streaming in here. Okay, so he defends with an attacking move. But this is very well guarded, so it's more of a feint of an attack. You'd never want to open up this file anyway. Ooh, oof, oof. Okay, yeah, d6 is going to be weak. Oh dear, that's coming in. Okay, I'm not quite sure why he didn't just go queen takes, but okay. Okay, well, white can finally develop, I think. Okay, maybe he has something better. Yeah, maybe he does. Pawn here. But was this too aggressive? Okay, king's in a box. Good. Queen's coming in, yep. So if ever the king comes back, you always have this bishop covering this square. So the king is being driven forward. Yep, and we do have this checkmate to finish. Excellent. So Kleerkast takes that one as white, and so it's all for all white games so far, all the first 5 games. But okay, so he probably learnt from his bad experience. I don't want to cramp up that bishop, so he's gone with the bishop this time. Bravely castled into an attack, because there is no attack yet. There are no pieces. So white wants to play a few moves like this. No pawn though for h6. Yeah, that was good. Parrying the threat, because it was bishop here defended by the knight. Nicely observed. Okay, so what was he afraid of after pawn takes? Could it even be something creative, like pushing this pawn and putting a knight here? I wonder. So you can see mastertan is, he's almost using that pawn as a defender for his king. He doesn't want this square to be used by black's pieces, which works as long as this square is under control. Otherwise that pawn suddenly becomes a massive threat. Well, I think we're going to get the usual. Bishop at h6, pawn at g7. See what we can build from there. Apparently not. Ooh. So the threat is simply knight here check, picks up queen. Presumably you can just jettison the queen, but the problem is a queen is actually a dangerous piece, because at h6, queen at g7, long term. So it feels like white's run out of attacking pieces, somewhat. Okay, notice he couldn't take with the queen because knight at h6 was a problem. The purpose here is just to Yep, does that help? Takes, put another... Oh, I see, he just wants to deflect. Yep. I mean, black is just coming in. Okay, not yet, but... Okay, so you can't take with the queen, or you get losing a lot of material. Ah, oh, this has to be bad. And this is Crazyhouse, so after rook here, you can even like do just takes, rook here, as long as king up's not mating you. So hang on a second, what is this move? So the queen can't take, this is very clever. If either of the rooks takes, you then just take the queen, is the idea. It's quite a clever little move from Kleerkast. Take the real queen, I guess. And then block. Oh. Why? Oh dear. Yeah, I don't know why you do that. So, Kleerkast breaks 4-2, and this is a best of 10 match. So 6 points will certainly win. So the question is, can mastertan win a game as black with this or with something else? This is already, notice position is blocking out h3 ideas. And you're unlikely to see takes. So you might just leave it there to try and get some security around the king. Or you might move that knight, potentially. So this knight is Desperado. Can it do anything? The answer is no. That's a threat with a check. Can't ignore. So it's this theme of the open queen gets harassed, isn't it? Oof. We're going to get... I see the queen has space to run to. I mean, a very creative... Oh, I don't know. A very creative idea was actually just pushing this pawn just to block off the queen. It's not as if queens are so valuable, but they are valuable. So giving away a pawn to get a queen trap seemed like a clever thing to do, if it were possible. Queen takes knight is on. Don't see why not. This seems good for black. With knight at e2 to follow. Maybe you're afraid of knight at f6, but you can sidestep. Maybe it's quite advanced. It's just saying, okay, I'll give up the queen, but in that final position, the king is actually safe, and this rook file's open on my king. So maybe it wasn't so good. I favour black here though. This just has to, there has to be something here. I'm not sure it's this. Just, it has to be something. This feels too slow. Okay, this is very clear what Kleerkast is up to. So what's the idea? It's a strange old position, isn't it? The music's Rachmaninov, Symphony No. 2. Okay, really? He's just allowed the H file to be opened. Oof. Sorry, what was the piece taken there? A knight. Okay. And we're thinking about bishops on H2, so we can find a bishop somehow before that gets sealed. Okay, we have a bishop. Alert, alert. Kleerkast has a choice. He likes the forks, right? The queen, does he want the queen or the rook? Yeah, of course. I think he takes the rook. And he can take the knight as well to stop mate. Yeah, it's not so bad, rook and knight. And now 7 seconds to come up with a plan, and this square is weak, but it's defended. 2 seconds left. Ouch. Queen takes bishop any day, yes. That bishop was a key defender. But it's there's no, white doesn't have a knight, so is there a way of breaking through with the rook? Rook, pawn? No, not enough. What is the idea? No, he wants queen takes knight, does it? No, just wants to control that square. And don't give up knights, basically. Rook and queen isn't enough. Okay, queen. Oh, no. Okay, this is all very creative. Queen takes rook would be mating, if you allow it. Oh, pawn. Oh, you don't have a pawn. Okay, knight. Very creative. How are you going to defend? Oh, that's so annoying. Yeah, just simply king takes knight and he runs. That's ridiculous. If it works. He's running. This is... If this works, it's ridiculous. No, I think mastertan's figured it out, which in low time pressure is impressive. He's suddenly up on time now. Yeah, this is going to be all over. Surely, surely, surely. So, knight and queen. I don't see it, but also... I mean, Only 8 seconds to figure it out. Well, his king is safe. I think this is the point as well. Yeah, rook here comes his mate. It's not really a defense. Okay, mates with the pawn. So, Master Tan breaks back. That's we have a match on. We really do have a match on. We have a Scandi again. So we have these sorts of positions. Yeah, Queen f3 does seem strange. It didn't work out for him well in game 1. But he is continuing with it. Actually, it did work out for him. Yeah, he did go on to win the game. But he didn't get that great a position. He relied on time pressure. Okay, so you take with the pawn because you want to open up the bishop. It's true it does open up this queen. So queen can't go back to d1 that comfortably. Because either it be takes, queen lands on f1 and so on. Just feels, and queen then takes g2. So Scar, this is a match. It's a best of 10 games, and Kleerkast leads 4 games to 3. If someone gets to 6 points, they'll probably, after the 10 games, then, yeah, well, so 3 games to go, basically. But it will continue if it's a tie. So he's trying to deflect this knight and take this one. Seems like a good plan. So many pieces hanging. Why not just take here and then take here? That seems logical. But this also works. Yeah, just takes and take. Okay, so the knight took. Fair enough. Hang on a second, that could have happened. Yeah, that's why you didn't do bishop takes, the knight just takes. It'd be nice to put a knight here, but it would just get taken at the moment. And if you take, and then put a knight here, then the problem is this. Oh, okay, he's really not scared. Because I was just thinking that I'd really love to do this, but this, then this, then this. Do we really have anything? If we go here, we're very brave indeed. Pawn here, and no, we don't have enough for that. Okay, we could go directly on e6. Oh, okay, this is nuts. Okay, so knight takes queen would be with check. You don't do, yeah, you can't. Knight takes e6 can't be ignored. Someone in chat suggesting queen e7. Does that work? Because then I've got this. Yeah, that seems... So it's all quite hairy. So at some point you take my queen and I take back with the knight just to cover the mate. And it's okay as long as you don't have a knight. Yeah. Okay, I don't understand what Kleerkast is doing here. What is going... What? I can do all kinds of like double checks and... This can't be right. Just all win a queen with check, you know. Yeah, king takes knight, simple. But I still don't believe it. Something has to be wrong. Okay, this is quite good. So the threat is just simple castles with check. So you're getting your king safe and with tempo. It's a nice idea. And you're stopping this, of course. So yeah, black has to spend a move to block this pin. Which then makes you wonder, was rook takes actually better? Yeah, rook takes could have been so much more dangerous. Stopping any castling. Getting the rook on this file. Okay, we see it. Castles. Okay, now. Do we have something on? Because there are all kinds of ideas. Don't forget this bishop. But still, there are lots of ideas here. So takes. Okay, that's a very chill move. I kind of like it actually. Okay, so it's good defense and attack at the same time. There's a case for king b1 in all those situations. Get your king safer. But yeah, I guess it's losing the piece is the problem. Yeah. So white should have something here, I think. Question is, it's difficult. 14 seconds. Can you just sack your queen? It's hard to calculate. Yeah, time pressure being put on by Kleerkast. It should be a good position for mastertan, but take the pawn or the rook? Goes for the pawn, of course. So now we have an opening. Okay, that's brave. He's basically saying, you take my queen, I mate you. He's probably right. This is cutting off the king, but yeah, knight and queen don't mate. Oh gosh. Because the bishop does still. You have another knight. Okay, that's beautiful. Okay, that's really beautiful. So knights on. Well, I don't know. I have to. I thought Kleerkast really put Kleerkast was losing all game, but he really put mastertan in some pressure. And I thought. I mean, most players would crack. Most players would crack in that situation. And I guess that is mastertan's experience. We're doing commentary, Azeri, so I have to turn down challenges, unfortunately. So 4-4 after 8 games, and the music has come to an end. We have to. So the next 2 games will decide it if someone can get an edge. And what mastertan has found is with this Scandi, he's found some playable positions. So, which he wasn't really getting with the d6 and delayed e6 stuff that he was playing earlier. Okay, it's very passive, but it's necessary, because what Kleerkast wants is knight takes f7. And starting an attack. You see, yeah, I mean, there are these two white knights in mastertan's half of the board. So the threat here is just queen takes knight, by the way, because obviously the knight would be pinned, which is why Kleerkast quickly castles. Okay, also, yeah, that had a dual purpose. It was also defending the c7 square. So handy. This queen is getting chased around quite a lot. And I'm expecting knight takes f7 if, yeah, also coming, unfortunately. g4 would be very brave. No, we don't need to do that, I guess. I mean, it's just against all the positional rules of Crazyhouse to play a move like g4. But I wonder, because against g4, would you... Yeah, just going straight in. Probably there's nothing, because the king would just take and then run back to d8. There's nothing there. Okay, so it's just... And then you have a long-term positional weakness to fix. So, with this move he's defending this square, but choosing not to defend this way, what does that say? It does indicate some sort of intention to castle, possibly. Which seems... seems scary, to be frank. Okay, so threatening to take the queen with check, obviously that has to do something about that. You have a choice, either exchange for a knight if you want a knight. Okay, he wants a knight. So now there are ideas of this check takes here. It's not clear if they're very good or not, especially since d7 would be weak. So we're seeing a very primitive attack here from mastertan. He's just going to try and hit these light squares. That's dangerous. Oh, no mate. But very scary. King here, queen takes pawn. No, not queen takes pawn, sorry. What am I talking about? So anyway, I was trying to think, what is white trying to do? But of course, yeah, you have to... So hang on. All of these checking squares are defended. by the bishop and the queen. Okay, so the queen can't hold on to defense of this square. So this here, he's holding on to defense of this. So obviously after queen, we don't have the immediate knight to d6. Yeah. So mastertan's being. Hadn't he just allowed this? I don't understand. Why would he allow this? So okay, so he must think there's a mate. No. Ooh. Okay, so he's still holding on to this, but so really it was queen takes knight nothing. Queen takes knight. So the problem is giving the queen makes this threat even greater. And as long as the squares were defended, I guess. Gosh, this is scary. Well, black is just hanging on for bare life with every move, and I don't think he'll succeed. What is this? Okay, this is just... Okay, finally we see. I was thinking of just rook takes pawn instead of even bothering, but... So mastertan is somehow hanging in there. How exactly, it's hard to understand, but with 2 pawns, it's all over. Yep, very pretty. I was thinking pawn here. Okay, obviously a fully deserved win from Kleerkast, just completely crushing all game. Let's check the chat. So Scar234 is celebrating the Scandi. Marlon is asking Visual Dennis, how many squares does a queen cover on an empty board on e4? And hi there, the real Ganes. King just goes back to g1. Sorry, I missed the live position, but yeah, the white king was very safe, so there was no... So yeah, this is telling... Let me just... Sorry, I'm going to backtrack a bit. We are getting delayed Scandi from Kleerkast also, so it's turning into a bit of a Scandi celebration. Now this is very interesting. I've never seen it. And in this game 10, it's a must-win game for mastertan, or if Kleerkast can get a draw as black, then that sees him through to the candidates, I think. If I'm not mistaken. So this is a big game. Ah, yes. So Ganesh was referring to that game, the queen sack on. Yes, exactly. The queen sack on g2 wasn't working for black because you just take, and the bishop and the queen in these two positions was basically covering all of the checks on the king on g1, so you're still very safe. So if I'm not talking too much, I'm slightly recovering from COVID at the moment, and have a bit of a ticklish throat, but otherwise I'm fine. And I could put the music back on. Need to find, not sure an appropriate point to put it on. Okay. Time is a problem. 30 seconds. And it's a chess game. Neither side has any pieces in hand. So who's winning a chess game from here? So the threat is just takes, and here? Bishop was about to get forked, so that's why the bishop chose to do this. Nice move from Kleerkast. If you don't have any pieces in hand, then let's just do this. That's a really great idea. What's the continuation? At some point you want to push this, but you don't want to push this because that would open up too many ideas. Wow, tense game. Yeah, thanks for the creativity, Sky, in chat. So white wants this and black wants maybe this even. This is the problem. Yeah. It's a difficult position with only 8 seconds, especially. Okay, well, it's defended at the end of the day. What if you can just go this, exactly, and just go, let's see if you notice, with 5 seconds on the clock. Do you notice the mate? Okay. Oh, back rank problems. He wants a knight. Oh, this is going to be painful. Well played from Kleerkast. Wow. Again, very, very creative. Yeah, interesting. So rook on. And there's no defense. Oh, that was brilliant. Oh, hang on, that finish was so nice. So like, He only has the rook to defend with. Takes, back rank mate. Oh, that's a beauty. That's a real beauty. And with that, Kleerkast wins the match and becomes a candidate. So that's fantastic to end with a puzzle like that to take a candidate spot. Oh, that's wonderful. Congratulations, Kleerkast. Let's see what people are saying in the chat. They're expecting 5-5 before this match. David was thinking positional masterpiece, limiting the piece flow by mastertan. Maybe not, but fun. Yeah, and the finish took people a little bit by surprise. Because if you're to take this, yeah, so if you say move 25, so at what point does it go wrong? Yeah, so sacking the piece for the pawn in a low piece flow game, not such a good idea. And yeah, here it gets really bad, and really, really good moves found by Kleerkast. This apparently was even quicker. I think Fumitox mentioned it in the chat. Boom, no blocker, and the queen is stopping your escape, so it works even quicker. Cool. Well, thanks everyone for watching. And then I'll just play through the way it actually did finish. Yeah, lovely, beautiful finish. Cool. Thanks everyone for watching. You've been listening to some Rachmaninov Symphony No. 2 in the background because I was slightly recovering from COVID this week. But good to stream some Crazyhouse, and I still kind of remember how to play the game a little bit. So it's good to watch a match between two masters of the game. We'll put this up on YouTube, and thanks again to everyone for watching.